Your Excellency, the President, champions of industries, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm going to talk about the opportunities in the pharmaceutical industry. COVID taught us a lesson in terms of security. We want to bring the cost of healthcare down so that maximum population of our country can get the right medicine of the right quality and affordable. Together with that, we see an opportunity in Kenya, and we see an opportunity in Africa. We talk about India, we talk about Bangladesh. We want to talk about Kenya in Africa, and we have a wonderful opportunity. I'm going to take you to certain statistics here, and then I will broaden my outlook on the opportunities. So first and foremost, we have a pharma industry of 1.2 billion US dollars. What I'm going to be talking here is in US dollars, not Kenyan shillings. The exports right now is 100 million. Most of it goes to East Africa. And there's a huge Africa down there, sub-Saharan Africa. 70% in quantity is imported from India, China. 60% of this is generic drugs. We have 37 plus manufacturers in Kenya, which makes us one of the biggest manufacturing hub in the sub-Saharan Africa, which tells us that we are on the trajectory and we need to make the most of it. We are presently using 50 to 60% of our capacity, which again means that we have the capacities, and the more you produce, the cost of production comes down. And then we can go into vertical integration into raw materials. For every $1 that we invest, we can get back $1.5. There is a 7% growth rate, and to my opinion, that can be even more. What are the key drivers? We need to spend a bit more on the healthcare. I think Kenya's percentage spending in healthcare is pretty low against the target we had set. The life expectancy is increasing. We talk about NCD, which is hypertension, diabetes, all these are increasing. There's increased government support through health pillars. So these are going to drive it. Right now, a lot of public and private institutions are importing drugs. Now, when I talk about importing drugs, there is a patented and there's the generic arm. We're talking about the generic arm. We have a potential to increase this to 240 to 350 million dollars worth of business here, which means that when we see a protection, there are other players who are going to come into this market, which means that we have 3 to 6 factories, number of direct jobs going from 900 to between 900 and 1,800, and then indirect jobs. Finished products cost more than manufacturing, so your outflow of US dollars goes less. The other cost that we don't realize is the substandard and falsified medicines. If this is not controlled, our healthcare costs will go up because of hospitalization. The other thing that was shown by some studies that locally made medicines was readily available in a short time. When we have pandemics, when we have epidemics, we need medicines very quickly. And during the COVID time, we supplied medicines very, very quickly, and we should be proud of the pharma industry there. I've talked about increasing export. There's a huge market there, and I do believe we can be an India of Africa. Why do we talk about India? Why do we talk about Pakistan? Why do we talk about China? Why don't we talk about Kenya, Kenyan jobs? That's what we are here for. The AUC Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Plan of Africa said that between 30% that is locally made and 70% which is imported, we wanted to change it around. Yeah? The same for the East African Community Manufacturing Plan. We want to change it around. And that's why we're here. What will this mean? Once we get an income, we get more factories, the costs become less because there's competition, there's innovation. This is what we need. The kind of medicines Africa needs is not the type of medicines that Western require. We have our own diseases, we have our own needs, and we need to innovate there. And that will only come through this growth.